Hey, welcome to the first episode of Creating a Digital Marketing Agency. My name is Ryan McDonald, and I just went all in on my digital marketing agency, Shade Digital, in January of 2018. And I thought this would be a really neat way to capture the behind the scenes of, how does one start a digital marketing agency? What are the common problems faced in the early days? I was looking online and Jonathan Dane, I believe his name is, from Client Boost, has some good blog posts regarding starting his digital marketing agency. But I just couldn't find a whole lot of good content out there, behind the scenes content, content that's updated all the time, not just, once a quarter, here's how things are going, not just, once at the end of the fiscal year, hey, we grew 55%. Well, that's great. But how did you get there? What decisions did you face? What were the pros and cons of those decisions? And so when I was looking to go all in, there was some content out there, and certainly more content out there for me than someone who maybe tried to do this in 2005. But it was thin. There wasn't a lot. So this is my attempt to fill that niche for those wanting to know what it's like to start their own digital marketing agency, or to maybe try to build a digital services based business from pretty much nothing. Whether that's a photography business, a video business, or graphic design. There's a whole number of things, right? And so I thought I'd just start out a little bit about, what Shade Digital is. This is my digital marketing agency. And Shade Digital is really born out of the philosophy of there's two ways to optimize online. Like in an online business or just an online strategy. One is traffic. Two, website. Everything you do falls within optimizing the traffic portion or the website portion for your business or your client's business or whatnot. All the problems that you'll ever run into, traffic, website. Your client loses 30% of revenue month over month. What the hell happened? Well, I don't know, you need to dig in, but it's either traffic or website. And so, I wanted to really do a peer traffic acquisition, kind of like a 21st century media buying agency, because that's just where my experience lies, is mostly on the traffic acquisition side of things. But the more you think about it, the more you do, you realize a lot of businesses, a lot of people just don't have the website set up to convert at a necessary rate. You can have the highest intent, lowest cost traffic in the world. Let's just say AdWords circa, 2005 prices. But if your website looks like it was built in 1998, no one's converting. Nothing's going to happen. And so really you have to add, I decided to add in the website side of things, the CRO, website design, landing page creation, I'll build a website, things like that, creating content. Just because you can send the best traffic. And like I said, if you're sending it to a website that was built or looks like it was built in 1998 or built with, GoDaddy website builder, good luck. It's going to be tough out there. So you really have to have both pieces. Because like I said, send the best traffic in the world, but what does it matter, right? So got to have both pieces for a successful digital strategy. High intent traffic or low cost traffic, or just an awesome traffic profile in general. And also a website that converts that traffic into customers. So that's really the bedrock of my philosophy with Shea Digital. And how I got started with Shea Digital, like I said, I went all in, in January. So it's almost the end of January now. So I don't know, 15 days ago, something like that. Went full time on it. I converted my employer to a client. So I have revenue. Sweet. So yeah, I took a pay cut. I said, hey, outside of these few months, you really don't have a ton of work. They're a very seasonal business. They do have some work outside of their busy season, but not a lot for a 40-hour-a-week employee. And so I just went to him. I said, hey, I can save you, let's just say $50,000 a year, still have the same capabilities for your business. It's going to free up my time to do more of my own thing. And they're understanding enough. They get it, and obviously they like saving money. Who doesn't? So that's how Shea Digital was born with its first client. And I had a website built. I had business cards made. I had emails created. All that stuff prior to posing the question to them, just in case they said yes, or just in case they said no, and fuck you for asking, you're out of here. That was an option. That could have happened too. Who knows? So I was just prepared one way or another. 2018, I need to launch my own business. I've always viewed myself as a business of one. Except in a normal employer-employee situation, it's, okay, you work full-time for this company and that's your only client. And I've always had a little freelance here and there on the side, but I never tried. People would just come to me and I'd say, okay, I'll do it for $2,000 or whatever. Underpricing myself and overworking myself just to make clients happy and just to do good work. I've got pride in my work. I view it as my trade, so when you view something as your trade, there's a whole level of pride that goes into it, rather than just a job or just a career. No, this is what I do, man. This is on digital strategy, heavier on the traffic acquisition side, but still deadly on the website optimization side. And these digital skills I got are increasingly relevant in today's economy, right? So, I didn't like being captive to one company. It struck me as a bad situation because, if something happens to that job or that company or whatnot, boom, you're on your own, and now your income went from X amount down to zero, and you got to go look for a job again. And you gotta go jump through all these hoops that these employers want you to jump through. And so I was just sick of that, just so sick of that. And I saw the opportunity, went for it, and thankfully my client was awesome enough to say, let's do it. Go ahead and do it. And so that's really how Shea Digital got started. And a little bit about me, I guess, for some background. Again, my name is Ryan McDonald. I'm from northern Minnesota, small town in northern Minnesota. It's like 8,000 people. As you can see, I'm not in Minnesota anymore. It's January and there's no snow and there's palm trees and a pool and stuff. No, anyways, so high school, pretty normal, going way back all the way to high school, right? And then, I didn't want to do the traditional 9-to-5 route even back then. At age 19, I started, really at age 16, I started traveling around to different bars and whatnot, playing poker. I got real interested in poker. I devoted almost all of my non-waking school, no, my awake school hours to playing poker and learning about poker and studying it and traveling to the games and stuff. And the games I could get into and afford to play in were typically in bars. I was usually the youngest person there by at least, I don't know, 5-10 years. And they would let me play. Granted, I didn't drink alcohol or anything like that. I'd order pop and or soda and, play poker, eat some food. And on a good day, I'd win, $60 in a night, something like that. But when you're 16, $60 is not bad. It wasn't like our family was balling, you know what I'm saying? So eventually I just kept, learning more, getting better. And eventually I went full time at it. I think I won, it really worked out when I started playing online. Just because the scale is so much more. Like you go to, you spend all night playing at, let's say, a bar poker league or at a casino. Let's say you go to the casino and you play a cash game there. And the cash game, you can get 30 hands in an hour. That's a fast game, 30 hands in an hour. Well, online, I was playing 800 hands in an hour, 1,200 hands in an hour. And so I was learning faster. I was getting better at the mathematical side of the game, and was able to earn a decent living. Not yacht rich or private jet rich, but solid middle class income at 21 years old. It was pretty good. It's fun, liberating. I worked maybe 10 hours. Worked 10 hours a week. It was a great time until it didn't last. In April 15th of 2011, the Department of Justice shut down all of the online poker. And, if you had money on the sites, they took it. And unfortunately, most of my money was on the sites. I had some in my bank account, but so after that, I had to pivot because it was gone. They collapsed the entire industry. It's not like there's still a few companies out there offering, and no, it was dead. A lot of the TV poker went away. The advertisers went away. You still had casinos, but again, it's hard to grind out that living at 30 hands an hour versus 1,200, especially when it's a game of probability. The increased sample size smooths out the variance to a certain degree. There's always variance, but it smooths it out the more volume you put in. And so I had to pivot, went to college, did the traditional route, got interested in marketing. And in 2013, I started working for the e-commerce marketing department of a large company. Worked hard, got a job at as an intern, by the way, got an internship. So that's how I got my foot in the door. Learned stuff there. And then when I felt like I wasn't learning anymore, I went to an advertising agency, a digital advertising agency. And that's where I just started learning and diving in, like I dived into poker. When I wasn't sleeping, I was reading, I was thinking, I was studying, I was working. The great thing about a job that you have passion for is I don't care if I work 8 hours at the office and come home, eat dinner, and work 4 or 5 more hours from my home office. It doesn't bother me. And so that's when you found something that you love, right? When you live like that day in, day out, and it's normal and it's fine. So anyways, I worked my way up from intern to a director level position, and at the director level position, I was making $115,000 a year. I had a team of 7 under me. I had a $2 million plus monthly marketing budget, and this was all spent mostly on Google search advertising, Bing, Yahoo advertising, display, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, I mean, Twitter. Like, I've touched almost every online advertising platform out there. Amazon, eBay, like, you name it, I've probably done it. Except for, there's a few out there that, like Waze. Waze's advertising solution, I cannot wait to try that out on a client. Like, I'm just waiting for the right one. But I believe in that product. Oh, excuse me. I believe in that product so much, the Waze advertising product, even though I haven't used it. Just the underlying philosophy there is powerful and it's high intent. So where are we? Okay, so team of 7, $115,000 a year, blah, blah. One day the CEO calls me into his office, or into the HR office, and just randomly lets me go after, 2.5 years at the company, putting up great results. It didn't give me a reason why. I moved down to Florida, and that's where I am now is Florida. Currently live in Southeast Florida, just north of West Palm Beach. But yeah, didn't give me a reason. Still don't know a reason. But had to move on, right? What else are you gonna do? So still a little angry about that, but that anger is really driven me to get to doing my own thing full time, and it really put the, people say, oh, get a job at a big company, it's stable, right? But it's not stable. That stability is an illusion. I would much rather have 3 clients that pay me a combined $80,000 a year than have 1 client that pays me $100,000 a year. That's stability. When you spread out the risk, right? When more people are paying you, right? So if something happens to one, you're still good over here. That's stability in my mind. And at the end of the day, I just got caught up on the wrong side of corporate politics. Is what some people who are still there have talked to me. I'm still good buddies with a ton of people there. But had to move on, found a job, and that was this last job. Came in, took a slight pay cut to $105,000, and just started grinding, building, and for them it was building a lead generation program from scratch. They had never generated their own leads, and they wanted to start doing it. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And for their busy season, I started working on their main product, their insurance company. They go big on health insurance, the Obamacare type stuff. And I started working 3 months before open enrollment started. And I took them from 0 leads per day to 3,000 leads a day once open enrollment started. And they converted better, that had a better cost per sale. They had lower infrastructure costs. Our salespeople loved me. So I feel like I knocked it out of the park for them. Over their previous methods for generating business, I generated 3 times more sales than what they did with their normal methods at a lower cost per sale. So crushed it. And crushing it gives you a certain amount of equity with the business to, it gives me a little bit of leverage, right? To say, hey, I want to do this thing, but, I'm still here for you guys because what I do is directly related to helping people like you, so that helped out. And so I took a pay cut down to $70,000 a year. And so that's where my advertising agency's revenue at. I'm not going to hide numbers because I want to give you guys the information to analyze my decision making. So how do I put this? I can tell you guys what's going on, but if if you don't know all the information, what good is it, right? So if I say, hey, I just landed a big client, how big, does it change anything? So I'm a little hesitant to put up numbers, but transparency rocks, man. So it is what it is. So yeah, revenue sits at 70,000 in the first few months in the first few days of going live. So it's been 15 days now, going all in, as I say. I've done about 10 different proposals for different businesses. I think I'll close 2 of those in February. So I still have just the one client, but I'm building the pipeline. And my idea, just for growing my own pipeline, is just add value, create valuable content long term. I'm doing a little bit of Bing ads, I'm buying a few leads here and there, but long term, my vision is just post valuable digital marketing tips on YouTube. Check it out on Shade Digital YouTube channel, and they're going to be numbered. Digital marketing tip number 1, number 2, etc. And those are going to be 5-10 minute tidbits of actionable strategy, not bullshit high level. Should you have a mobile app or just a mobile website? I'm not going to debate philosophy in those tips. They're going to be actionable, and they're going to be things that can help you. So I hope you get value out of that. I hope you get value out of this. I'm not here to sell you a bullshit fucking ebook course on how to run a digital marketing agency. No, I'm here to take you along my journey, the wins, the failures, and there's gonna be some failures too. I'm eyes wide open about that. And I just want it to be an accurate, honest portrayal of the journey. So yeah, I'm going big on content on YouTube, but I'm also going big on blogs, just traditional SEO. I'm talking to a company that specializes in link building, and I'm going to probably have them do some link building for my website, shadedigital.com. Just to help build that domain authority and get that initial traction, initial rankings. In 2000, it's hard to build, it's hard to rank these days without domain authority. That's not the end all be all, but, and it doesn't have to be high, but, brand new website, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to rank on a national basis for digital marketing terms with a brand new website. So I have no illusions of how difficult that's going to be. But I'm in it to win it, create valuable content. So, and I think these are going to be maybe half an hour long. Maybe I'll do them twice a week, 3 times a week. Maybe I get to a point where it's every day. Maybe not. Who knows? For sure, it'll be multiple times a week. And for sure, I hope you find it valuable. And if you do, hit subscribe, hit like. If you want to go on this journey with me, and I hope you do, hit subscribe on the, you know where to find the subscribe button. So, and I know the audio sort of sucks. I bought a mic. The mic turned out to be shit. So I was looking at the mic over there. It's on the ground. Threw it on the ground when I was pissed off. But yeah, so hope you enjoy it. The quality's gonna get better. Content's gonna get better. I'm gonna learn more. I think this is gonna be a really fun show for people to watch. If you're interested in digital marketing or want to start your own business, hopefully it's motivational. Yeah. All right. Like I said, subscribe, hit like. You do that, I love you. All right.